The following is a presentation of OPTV.
Great putts, great moments. It's on Putt-Putt.
Dennis' putt on the way, off the angle board, off the rail, and in the cup. Dennis goes back to one. This is too shy. One. This is right, but comes in back door. And goes in, good putt.
One of the finer use out here at Hickory. There's a few of them out here that play. Get off the pipe.
Yeah.
Good putt.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all are giving me. And good evening once again, everybody. It's Opie Roberts coming to you once again from ASHEBORO, North Carolina. Getting ready to have our Tuesday night local. Gonna have another decent turnout here, probably at least 30 players. We've got some clouds in the sky out here. We're expected to have some rain after the tournament, and it's supposed to be like this for the remainder of the week. Temperature here at ASHEBORO currently is 82 degrees with a south wind at 12 miles an hour and the humidity at 77%. Wind has picked up in the last 20 minutes since I got here. We should have no problems getting this tournament in since the rain's not supposed to get here until after midnight. Also, if you will, please like and subscribe to this channel. I am 50 subs away from officially making it 1,000 subs, and this channel will get monetized at that point. So there's your pairings. Okay, for tonight we have 29 players total. So we'll be playing in threesomes all the way, except for the last one. That's a twosome there. And over here we have 6 mountains division. Those will be all playing in twosomes. So there's the lineup for tonight. Let's get started. And we're going to be underway with Jay Robertson leading off, who shot 76 last Tuesday night. Obviously his best score ever. First time he shot in the 70s ever in a tournament. And he starts with a deuce. And his partners tonight, first is Mike Johnson. And Mike got the ace there. And the third and final player is Chase Ferguson. And that too, no, that got a straight kick. That looked good coming off the left rail, but it got a straight kick off the back rail. He's going to wind up getting a 2. And we're underway here in ASHEBORO. Let's look around here. See all these merry faces. 29 players tonight. Last week there were 29 players in the open division. And that was played on a Wednesday because it was called off due to potential thunderstorms. And the question is, will we have more than Kingsport, which should be underway right now. All right, got a glimpse of all the superstars out here. Let's go over here to the saddle hole. Mike Johnson leading, so he's starting off 2 under. And here's Dylan on the tee, and that should rock in nicely. Good putt. Chase will get that one to go. That group tripped the hole. And here we are with our second threesome of the night. And this is Jesse Carter's leading off with an ace there. I take that back. Mike missed the tee shot on 2. Second up, this is Doug Kearns. And that crossed over. He'll get his par. And the final player of the second pairing is Keith Waters. Keith's gonna lip there. That'll be a par for Keith. And we'll move up here to hole 3. Keith Waters, I'm sorry, Mike Johnson on the tee. It's got a little ridge right there. No, it stopped on that ridge, so he'll get a 2 there. Then we see Jesse on the tee here at 2. That's in. No, it didn't. It looked out. There's a deuce there. Now we see Doug's tee shot.
He was in there.
And that will likely stay out to the right. And this is Dylan putting on hole 4 with the deuce. And now Chase on the tee. That is just short and off to the right. And here is Mike Johnson's tee shot. That is left. That'll be a deuce. And now we'll go back over here to the first hole with the third threesome on the tee. First up is Daniel Kearns. And I just learned earlier tonight, Daniel is officially a member of the APA. He participated at the local last night in Burlington. Didn't do too bad. It was on the back course. Shot 92. Daniel's going to wind up with the deuce. Next up on the tee, this is Lynn Gaines. He won the local last night at Burlington. The impressive score of 78. And Lynn makes it there. The third and final player of this threesome is J.R. Lanier. And JR makes it there. First good putt for him. And let's go over to 4. And he's going to wait a minute, move up to 5. Mike Johnson's tee shot. And the back rail crossing over. Now we go to 4. Doug missed it right. And let's quickly go up to 6. Lead group now on this hole. Dylan's tee shot did not get over. He'll get his 2. And we go back to the first hole. Now we go into the 4th threesome. And David Greger is one of the players. I believe that's Earl Johnson and Connor Carter. So here is David Greger's first. That's speeding down, and he's gonna putt this 4-footer for par. Okay, next up is Earl Johnson. Earl will sneak it in, good putt. And now here's Connor Carter to complete this trio. That's going to go in as well. All right, so let's go over the 4. And here's Lynn on the tee. And Lynn missed it right. He'll get his 2. Let's go over to hole 2. Earl's tee shot does not get up the hill. So he's putting this for 2. And let's go now to 6. Get another look at this hole from a different angle. Got the tree in the way, but it's not going to affect the shot, especially when most players are playing off that left rail, which is looks like what I think Doug's playing straight though, down the opening there in the drop area. That's going to push out right. He got it into the left side of that opening. So he's going to go for his 2. And we head back to 2. Connor makes the tee shot. So he starts out 2 under. First player to get the 2 under after the second hole. David Greger on the tee. And David got it there. And we're now going to our 5th triumvirate of players. And this is Rick Baird first. And there's an ace to start his night. All right, next on the tee, this is Danny Jackson. That's got to pick up some speed. That's going to be short by a couple of feet, or maybe now a foot. So he'll get his 2. And the final player of this threesome here is Jason Miller. That kick hit late. Actually, it hit early, and he was going to get his 2. All right, let's move on here. Let's go over here to the other side of the course for a little bit here.
Good.
Well, let's go over to JR on 6. And he caught the right lip, and it does sneak in left. Good putt there for JR. Let's look at hole 9. The straight hole that's designed like a 6-pipe hole. Dylan left it short. And we'll go back here to 6 after Daniel picks up the ace there. Swing on the tee. And that's left. That is going to come up short off the block. And here's Mike on 9. Mike Johnson. That's in there. Oh, did a little rim action, but he got the ace. Back over here to 4. Connor's first miss of the night right there. And he's going to putt for his 2. Should be easily made there. Now we'll see David Gregor's tee shot. And that's pushed out right off the block. Jason, this is for 2. And that's gonna sneak. Nope, a 3. All right, here we go with our 6th triumph for the players. And on the tee is Chris McDonald. And Chris will get the ace there. Good putt. Next on the tee, this is Leah Rutledge. Is we get a good kick? Yes, it will. Good putt. Leah's off to a good start. And the third and final player of pairing number 6 is Randy Simpson. That will go in. Looked like it was going to cross over there. So that group trip 1.
Good start, James.
All right, let's move back up here to 5. And Connor's, okay. Connor got a nasty kick off that triangle there. And it hit the right lip as it went up the hill, so he'll get his 2. And let's go out here to 11. Let's get you look at the dogleg hole. Chase putting for 2. And got it, and we'll watch Rick play 4. And he's left of the cup. And up to 11. Again, this is Dylan on the tee. He tried to go front door off the left side. Got a really tough deuce put there at the corner. See how he does in a minute. Here's Danny on 4. And Danny looks good. Yep, good putt. Quickly back to 11. Nope, Dylan lifts. He's heading down the hill. All right, here's pairing number 7. This is Johnny Brower, who upgraded to the Open Division last week. And look at that. Good putt. Johnny hit it so far late, he got a nice spin off that back rail. Next on the tee, this is Wendy Kearns. Wendy's going to get it there too. And playing in the open division for the first time is Josh McDonald. He moved up here after he won the local last Tuesday in the novice division. That's got to hurry. That's going to be a tapping deuce, so we move on. Move on to hole 3. Randy Simpson. Yeah, he laid it up. He's got 3 feet for par. All right, and we'll look at the rat hole for the first time. This is hole 12. And Chase made it without any issues there. And Leah on the tee at 3. Looks like she's going for it, but it's going to wind up short. That's an easy tap in deuce. Let's go back over to 12. And Mike got it there. Good putt. And there's Chris McDonald with a 2 there on 4. And he'll get the 2 there. Well, just missed Dylan making the ace. I think he wound with a 4 on 11. And now let's go over to 11. Okay, Doug. I think Doug would attempt to lay up just to miss it right and get close to the hole off the back rail, so he should get his 2. All right, and let's look at 3 on 4. And Leo, lips. Out the gate on that one. And this is your final pairing in the open division. This is a twosome, and it's Roger Hinshaw first. Roger missed it left, and it's curled over to the right rail. And Roger starts with the deuce. So the final player in the open division is Frankie Peters. Front door? No, and it's going to be a deuce there. All right, so the 23 players in the open division are on the course. I'm going to come out here and let you look at David Greger on the tee at 8. And didn't get much of a kick off that right rail, so he'll get his 2. Rick's on the 7 here for his 2. Okay, and we'll watch Danny Jackson on the tee. No, that kicked hard. And that was kicked, it was early off that left rail. So Danny's going to putt this for 2. Good 2 there. Let's get back up over to 4. And Josh putting for his 2. Left it come off the back rail and left it behind the cup. And on the tee is Wendy Kearns. No, big kick off the block, so that's a 2. And we will now start the novice division. 6 players in the group. all the pairings of twosomes, and first on the tee is Richard Garner. And Richard gets a 2. His partner tonight is Maddie Miller. Maddie's playing straight. And, well, give it a run at her. She'll get her 2. Alright, so 2 more groups left to play. And let's go over the 3. Frankie is, no, it didn't, it's on the top of that ridge that it tends to push the ball back into the hole. So he gets his 2. We'll look at the group on 13. There it is. That's a speedy group there. Doug, Jesse, and Keith. And another group just sitting around. They're on 11. JR in the light red shirt. He'll be putting first on that hole. Roger getting a 2 there on 4. And we are heading back to the first hole. And the second group on the tee, this is Ivy Lanier. Yep. Oh, hit the back of the cup. She wasn't trying to go front door, but and now she's going to wind up putting for 3. And her partner is Charlotte Sipley. And Charlotte missed left, and now she's going to putt this for 2. And she'll get it. Now we go to 11. That's Daniel on the tee. And that's climbing up, but he left it short. So he's going to get his 2. And watching Lynn on the tee. And off the right rail, that's not going to get it up the hill. Lynn's got a tough deuce putt. The putts break very hard left as it climbs that hill. And let's go to 5. Roger off the block. That crossed over left, so he'll get his 2. And we'll head back to the first hole. We're going to check out the final pairing of the night. And first is Kim Miller. So 6 players in the novice division. 5 of them are women. Slow down. All right, she's going to putt this 5-footer for par. And she'll get the 2. And our final player tonight, this is Sherry Corral. She's trying to determine what tee dot to play. Slow down 2. Oh. We'll putt this to the 2. That should be a 3. So all 29 players are on the course. And we're gonna go up to we're gonna watch a lot of people standing around. We'll see Rick on 9. And that's going left and head to the back rail. He'll get his 2. All right, let's go to 18. Our lead group is about to complete the opening round. This will be Dylan on the tee. Yeah, he's been practicing this shot all night. And Dylan's going to get his 2 because all putts on the table are declared good. We'll watch Chase now on the tee. That is in there. By the way, you didn't do whatever you told me you were going to do on the first hole.
Well, it's because it's in the truck. I
Oh,
have to go get it.
oh, Mike Johnson now on the tee. He's going to be right. Mike will finish his round with a deuce. And let's move back 1 hole to 17. Keith is on the tee. Not familiar with this hole. There's a angle board on the left side of the hole. Keith's going with the Gary Hester shot, which is right rail and sweeping back to the cup. Not going to get it, so Keith taps in his par. Doug will now be on the tee. Also with the Hester shot, and it's going to come off left. Yeah, he's going to get it 2 there, and now we'll see Jesse on the tee. That has a chance. Oh, it's too strong off that back rail. Jesse should get his 2. We're going to trek up to the back end of the course. Going to 15. As I've said it before, just about every Tuesday night that I record here, the easiest hole in all of Asheboro. This is Doug on the tee. Mainly you want to get the ball into the ring smoothly, like that. There is a bank shot, but I don't recommend it because if you hit it so late, it has a tendency of missing left, or it has a tendency of hitting the ring there where you see this post is right there at the back of that ring there, and the ball basically dies right there. Lynn going for the straight shot, so a trip there out of that threesome. And let's go to 13, our first look. It's Earl Johnson, just missing right. He will collect his deuce. And here is Randy on hole 9 for his 2. Good 2 there. Let's look at Frankie on 6. Frankie's going to be short at the line. will have that 2 there. And we go over to 14. Connor got the deuce there. We'll see David on the tee. David pulled that tee shot. He's missing left. That'll be a par putt coming. Nope, missed it there, pushed it a little bit. And let's head out to 8. We got Wendy's tee shot. That's gonna miss. She hit it a lot earlier in front of that gate there. All right, she got her 2. And let's go over to 17. Daniel landed in the drink, so this is now a 3 because he pushed it out of the put it out of the water hazard there. Stroke penalty is involved in it. And look at Josh McDonald here on 8. That's 2 as early. Well early, missing left. Let's go back to 17. A lot of players are going with the Hester shot. Maybe I've missed something. Oh. All right, he's got this for 2. And no, didn't. If he had hit it a little bit more left as it came down that hill, it'd been all right. Johnny Brower now on 8. It's going to be short, it appears. He'll tap that 2, and now back to 17. Got Wynn on the tee. Up, he hit the top of the hazard and it landed. So in the drink. And let's look at Wendy on 9. She's short of the second hill there. And she's going to putt this for 2. And she got it there. Good putt. All right, we head back to 17. Lynn is still trying to get relief here, putting for 3. And, oh, yep, it got it. It was a good putt. All right, for the first time, we go to the trapezoid hole on hole 16. Earl's on the tee. And Earl's going to get it. Good, nice shot.
Earl.
And here's Johnny on 9. That's left. And that'll stay up. Yeah, for his 2 coming up. And now David on 16. And David missed it on the front side. So he will putt that for 2. And now we'll make a beeline over here to hole 14. And we see Danny on the tee. No, that's right. And to the back rail, he's got about 6 feet for par. All right, now Jason Miller will be on the tee. That looks good. Yep, bounced in off the left lip, but he got it. All right, here's Rick on the tee. Rick will miss left. It didn't have enough speed as it came down that drop. Now let's go to 7. Look at Richard Garner, the only male participant in the novice division. He missed it right. All right, let's go over to 10. Our first look at this hole. And Wendy's tee shot. Off the left rail, off the angle, and it rings around and it goes in. Good putt. We'll look at Josh McDonald on the tee. And Josh will make it as well. Good putt. And here's Randy on 13. And that's just short. Couple of rolls from going in. Next up is Leah Rutledge. She's not going to get it either, so she's going to get a 2, and let's head to 6. Look at Charlotte Sipley on the tee. Oh, she's got a tough deuce putt there at that right rail. And moving back 1 to 5. There's Kim Miller. That's going to be short off that back rail. So tap the 2. And if you look here, the lead group is now into round number 2. And we'll check the score sheet in just a moment. This is Sherry Crowell on the tee at 5. And it's not going to get it up the hill. So a par putt coming from her, it's about 11 feet. Well, he'll stay up there, should get a 3. All right, let's look at the scores. So far, we have about halfway through the Open Division. So we are halfway through with the first round of scores coming in. And the scores don't look too good right now. However, there is a 26 by Connor leading the way. JR is second at 28 at the moment. Everybody else is 30 or higher. All right, we're on 3, and here's Dylan on the tee. That should go. No, come on. There it is. It took like 4 seconds to get it past the hole, and then another 4 seconds to get it into the hole. All right, let's go. Let's go to 18. Jason Miller on the tee. Jason will get it. Nice shot. Looked like he didn't want to get up that chute, but it was enough rollage in there on the table. And let's go to 8. Ivy's tee shot. It's going to be crossed over. She hit it early up before that gate. Back to 18. Pulled it left, and it stayed out left. And he'll get his 2 there. And here's Kim on 7. Makes it off the back rail. Good putt. So here is Mike Johnson on 4.
come over to him.
if I can remember. And here is, that's a 2. And Keith missed the left side of the cup there on 3. Down the hill it goes into the back rail.
Now I'm gonna give away everything I got. Didn't mean to hit that hard. God, I didn't mean to hit that hard.
So he's gonna study this deuce putt. Somebody's phone's ringing. Let's go to 1. And then Gaines on the tee. That's missed right. We'll tap the 2. And a deuce putt here on 3 for Keith Waters. And it goes in, nice 2. Dylan is, where is he? Oh, went down the hill. There he is. This is for his deuce on 5. No, that didn't hit. It does go down a little bit as it comes back up the hill. He gets a 3. Dylan shot 76 last week. His rounds were 24, 24, 28. Had no bogeys in that local last Tuesday. Ivy's going for her 2 here on 9. Good putt. Kim, her tee shot on 8. Crossed over that missing left. That's her 2. And look at Charlotte Sipley on the tee at 9. And that's left as well. And she'll putt that for 2. We can look at Sherry Coral here on 8. Now, she didn't hit it. Not going to hit the rail either. So there's a par coming up. Looking at Chase now on 6. And that's just left. He'll get his 2. And let's go to 18. Our next to last threesome is about to finish the opening round, and Chris is on the tee. And Chris is going to get his 2. We'll check out Leah now on the tee. No, she pushed it, and it just got on the table, so she'll get her 2. And let's head back now to 7. And it's Dylan going to be on the tee. That's going to be lifted, and he's got a tough deuce putt coming. It does break right. Well, basically aim inside left lip. And let's go to 17. There's Wendy's tee shot. That's missed out to the right. She's gonna get her deuce there. Let's go back to 7. Chase. Chase will not get it either. He missed it left. Back to 17. Got Josh McDonald on the tee. Has a shot. Oh no. Okay, he's putting back for 2. Mike Johnson now on 7. This one looks good. And it will go in. Good putt. All right, we go over to 4. And JR, who is in second after the first round, at least for the 12 players that were in. Lynn's tee shot is sailing left off that block. He's going to get his 2. Look at Jesse on 6. Nope, it missed the right lip. And we'll see Doug on the tee. And it's in. Nice putt. Over to 18. Wendy's on the tee. And she missed it left, and that's going to be a par coming up. Daniel Kern's there on 5. Is going to miss right. And we'll check out JR on the tee. Going front door, and it hit that right lip, so he's going to get his 2. All right, let's head back over here. Let's see if we got any more score. Okay, all right, we got a third score in the 20s. Rick Baird is in at 29. So that puts him in third at the moment. Okay, so we head back out now to 5 here. Lynn is going to get his 2 there. And we're going to go to 4 with the first round leader at the moment, Connor Carter. Nope, hit it on the left side of that triangle. He'll tap in his 2. The ball's got to be about another couple inches to the right of that spot that he hit there if he wants any shot at the ace there. And let's go over here to 7. Jesse's tee shot will go in. Nice putt. Let's go to 16.
Great putt, sir.
Our last open division group on the course still for the first round. And this is Frankie on the tee. And Frankie missed it in front of the cup to 9. And here's Chase on the tee. Trying to turn its way back, it's going to be too much left, and he'll get his 2. And here's Jesse on 8. And too much slide there, he'll get his 2. Let's go to 17, Roger Henshaw. Turn hard. No, not going to turn much, so he'll get his 2. Doug on the tee here at 8. That's the perfect spot right there, but he got a straight kick. He's going to get his 2 there. We'll check out
Struggling, yes.
Keith on the tee.
He's going that rail.
Keith put some cut spin in it. It's going to drop in. Good putt. Let's look at, well, Ivy on the corner there on 14 for her 2. No, not playing well at all tonight. And let's go to 18. And this is going to complete the Open Division opening round of play. And Frankie's on the tee. At least get up to shoot. Alright, he's going to putt back for 2. And we'll zoom up and look at Maddie Miller. She's on 16. There she made it. She's going to putt for her 2. Oh, she missed it there. Let's go up to 9. Check out Keith on the tee. And he'll miss left, and that's a par. And well, let's go to 18. Frankie will get the 3 on the table. And Roger Henshaw to complete the first round for the Open Division. That is hopped over the hole, and it'll come up about a foot from the cup, so he'll get his 2. So the first round is over in the Open Division. Let's move over to 4. Rick Bear will be on the tee. No. That's a deuce. It spun off weird off that block there, and we're going to see Jason Miller on the tee. He'll miss right. Oh, it tried to roll. All right.
I've done it before.
He has, you're right.
I've done it before.
All right, back to 1. Starting the second round for John O'Connor. And Josh's tee shot should, nope, it's left. Off the back rail. All right, let's look at those scores now. First round completed for the Open Division. Okay, Johnny Brower also in the 20s, and Wendy Kearns also in there. She is tied for second at 28. So it's going to be Connor Carter leading at 26. Then it's J.R. Lanier and Wendy Kearns at 28. And Johnny Brower is tied with Rick Baird for third. In fourth at 29. There's a bunch of 30s to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players at 30. All right, and then we're going to start seeing the novices turning their scores momentarily. They're on 18 now. At least the first group is. And we'll see Maddie Miller on the tee. What is Maddie's going to get her 2. It almost jumped off the rail there at underneath the table. Let's go to 17. Charlotte Sipley on the tee. Well, Abby's on the green here, putting for her par. Got it there. Now we'll see Charlotte on the tee. Get it. Oh, nice. It's in play. She's going to putt for 2 at the back rail, though. And let's go to our first round leader, Connor, on 7. And that's dead nuts in there. Good putt. Let's go to 9. Looking at Lynn Gaines on the tee. No, Lynn didn't get it up the second incline, and he left it on the left side of it. He's going to putt this for 2. Back over here to 6. There's Danny with his 2. And Rick's on the tee. Rick, oh, bouncing off the left rip. Let's check out Jason on the tee. And it's in. Oh, let's look good from where I was standing. He'll get his 2. Back over here to 5. Leah Rutledge on the tee. And that's in. So now we see Randy Simpson on the tee. Should go if it hurries. Nope. Did not have enough speed to get the proper kick needed. That's his 2. And there's Johnny Bart. This is for his 2 on 3. And he makes it. And let's look at Chris McDonald on the tee at 5. That's in for Chris. Nice shot. And Rick makes that deuce there on 7. And on the tee now, Danny Jackson. And with a double banker, not going to have enough speed, it appears. All right, Danny's going to putt that for 2. Let's go back over here to 16. Sherry Crowell got partially stymied behind that trapezoid on there. She won't get her deuce, so she'll pick up a 3 and heading over to 15. And here is the young man that got the silver medal. I'm sorry, got the bronze medal in the World Adventure Golf Masters Tournament in his junior division. Junior male division, that is. Chase Ferguson got the ace there. And here's another player that's internationally known. Mike Johnson on the tee. That's in. Pick it up. Don't even bottle it. Let it drop.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to 13. Keith picks up the ace there. We'll see Jesse's tee shot. And Jesse will lips out on the deep side of the cup. Jesse gets his deuce and up to 7. And She is not going to get it there. Nope. Try to use her body language here to get it to move over, but that'll be a deuce putt coming. And here's Earl Johnson on 9. Earl will miss left. And on the tee at 8, Rick Baird. Now that's going to cross over there. And Rick's getting his deuce putt there.
Really?
Let's head over here to the score sheet. Go ahead and let's see what scores we have out of the novice division. Still got one group on the course to finish the opening round. Richard Garner has currently the lead at 32. Ivy's at 33, a stroke off the lead there. And Josh McDonald's getting a 2 on 5. And we'll look at Johnny Brower. One of 5 players into 20s after the opening round. No, that's, well, yep, it's in. It looked like it was going to be like a mile left after that angle. Look at that. Can you do that again, Johnny? The little... All right, let's go to 18. Watching the last group of the novice field coming in. And Kim Miller's getting a deuce. And looking at Sherry Quarall.
Just sitting there.
And she picks up a deuce there. So that completes round number 1. And we'll move over to 17. Chase on the tee. Now he's playing off that angle. We haven't seen any shots coming off the angle, and he takes the right lip there. He's going to putt for that too. All right, and see where else we can go now. All right, we'll go to 6. Josh on the tee. It's gonna go in. Yes, good putt. So Josh got a little fortunate break there. Let's look at Roger on 4. That's perfect. But it tailed off right. That looked pretty good from this angle. All right, let's go to 18. Already into the second round, finishing here for the open players, the lead group, Chase on the tee. Did not get up to shoot. And I think maybe those headlights that came on might have blinded him a little bit. I'm not saying this as an excuse, it's just it might have distracted him when he was squaring up here. So he's putting for 2. We'll watch. You remember last year, around this time, maybe a few weeks beyond that, Keith Waters picked up the tee shot that sailed over the table and onto the carpet. Got a bit confused at the ruling there, but he eventually was disqualified as a result. All right, so Chase got a 3. Now we'll see Dylan on the tee. And that's an ace there for Dylan. And we'll just let Mike Johnson complete the group here on this hole. And it looks like it's right again, and he'll get his 2 there. And now we'll look at the completed first round scores of the novice players. So it's going to be Richard Garner at 32, up by a stroke over Ivy Lanier at 33. Kim Miller is third at 34, 2 back. All right, let's go back to the course. All right, on the tee at 9, this is Johnny Brower. And Johnny got it up, and he's got about 3 feet for par. And let's go to 15. Our opening round leader on the tee. Perfect, good shot. Let's go to 17. That's just too much spin off the angle. Daniel's going to get us 2. Josh McDonald on 9. And it's going to be left and missing on the left side of the incline. See, JR. That is a shank and a half. Now, I'll show you where he's going to have to place the ball. Let's see if he knows where it goes. Yep, get your space there and also off that ridge there. Yeah. And let's go to 16. And that's going to be in there for Earl. Good putt. And here's Josh for his 2. Nope, left it short, so let's go back to 16. David's going to be flipping front. Kind of bewildered on that. Got that little bizarre look on his face there. And we'll see Connor's tee shot. Connor's going to miss in front of the cup as well. He's not happy about that. Connor's going to get his 2. All right, let's go over to 18. And Daniel misses left. And that's a par for him. Look at Lynn's tee shot. Lynn will just miss left, and that's a deuce. And here is Earl on 17. That looks good. It just caught the left lip. That was a good putt, though. And heading back over here to see JR on 18, finishing his second round. That's going to miss right, and that's a deuce there. And it's Earl for his 2. All right, let's go now to, well, we're going to go to 7. Maddie's getting a 2. Let's head up here to the scorers. Well, so far, the best scorer out of the first 2 groups is 60. 3 players, Doug Kurtz, Keith Waters, and Chase Ferguson. Y'all know about the No Kings protest? This is
BK, have
no,
it your way.
no. This is the No King. This is the No Kings tournament. We'll head back over here to.
I'm not a king, I'm the Burger King.
I have no words. I'm not going to diss Jerry Lawler like that. If you're old school WWE performer, or watcher, I should say, yeah, you know the story behind that. About 30-some years ago, actually. Charlotte's getting a 3. Let's go back to 9. Let's see Roger on the tee. Got it there, good putt. We go to 18. Earl's on the tee, finishing his second round. And Earl gets his deuce. We'll check out David Greger on the tee. It rattled the chute. And that's going to come off. So he'll putt for 2 at the tee mat. I can't see what happened from this side here. But I did hear a few bounces off the chute there onto the edge of the table through that little opening there. And he'll miss there. He picks up a 3 to close that round. Maddie Miller just missed, well, just hit the gate there on 8. And she will not get the deuce. And here's Connor to close the second round. He led the first round at 26, and he'll get the deuce there. And we'll look at Rick on 17. Actually, let's go over to 7 right quick. Ivy's tee shot should go in. It just did on the last roll. Now we got Rick on the tee at 17. Oh, hit the dead end on that angle. Would have went. So he'll get his 2. And on the tee, Danny Jackson. That's going to miss right. And let's head back over here on the scores here. We got now the last round getting underway for the league threesome. All right, Dylan is doing 2. All right, Connor's at 56, up 2 on Earl. Earl had a pretty good bat 9 in the second round. He's 2 up on Earl at 56. Earl's at 58. Still got a few groups here in the 20s having a decent shot at getting into. All right, we'll look at Josh on 12. Makes it. And here's Wendy's tee shot. And she got that one, just snuck it in off that right lip. Back to 1. Mike Johnson's going to get a 2. Now we've got Chase on the tee. Now he's 4 back at 60. Nope, he got a huge kick. He's going to start with a deuce.
Y'all want me to come over and show you how to do this?
Oh, Jimmy Comer talking smack as usual. Not playing, but he's talking smack. That is 2. Let's go back over here to 11. Frankie missed there. Going to putt for a 2 there at the right rail. We need a track. Well, Rick's on 18. He's going to wind it with a 2. There's a couple of players still in their 20s. So we will head that way. Josh on the tee at 13 missed and came down the hill. Now we got to... Yes, yes. Go about the other side. You can basically mirror the ball. So just put the ball up to here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's go over here to 17. Randy Simpson. Looks good. Yep, nice shot. And Leah Rutledge on the tee. And that just missed left. Oh, it jumped up the hill there, so she's got a tough deuce there. And Sherry Coral on 7. One for her 2. And, oh, nice 2 off the back rail. And Leah got herself a 3 on 17. And let's look at Ivy on 9. Stroke off the lead. Missing left. And here's Chris on 17. Slow down.
No.
That will be a tough deuce putt there. Ivy's going for her 2 here on 9. She needs to get a little more space than that. And yeah, she should have spaced it out a little bit more. She would have probably made that putt there. Then you got to contend with the distance there from the rail. There's Johnny with the deuce there on 14.
Your first one of the month, man.
All right, let's go to 11. Richard Garner, he's the first round leader of the novice division on the tee. Oh, Frankie's lagged the hill there on 12. He's got to re-tee for 2. Okay, got it up there, but he's going to be putting for 3. All right, here's Richard on 11. And that's left. And he's at the corner for his par. And there ain't many groups on the course at this time, but we're going to head up here as soon as we look at Mike on 5. He hit the tip of that triangle, the front tip. He got his 2. And heading over here to the clubhouse.
30-35. It's the same putt.
Get these scores in. Rick's at 56. He's tied with Connor. See right there. Connor and Rick at 56, and Earl's at 58. And here's the...
That is a good question.
There's the Clowns here on 5. Chase tee shot is going to go in.
He said he wanted to win today, so he stole your putter.
Okay, let's go to 4. We can look at Keith on the tee.
Oh, there it is.
So only 3 scores in the 50s at the moment. Keith's going to get a 2. All right. Here's Jerry the King Lawler, 1993 version, on 6. And he didn't get the whopper with that one. All right, so that's a 2 there. All right, let's go to 16. And Wendy's tee shot goes in. Good putt. And Johnny on the tee now. And Johnny's in front of the cup. And we'll get his 2. And we'll see Sherry Quarrel on number 9 for her 2. Okay, oh, sit. All right, a 3 there. On the tee at 7, Mike Johnson. Actually, you know what? We need to proceed over here to the first hole because our leaders are now on the tee. Earl Johnson is at 58, though. He's on the tee, starting the final round. And Earl crossed over. He'll get a par. And now Connor will be on the tee. Connor's tee shot also crossed, and he'll get his 2. Let's move up to 6. Doug Kearns on the tee. And Doug missed it right. He'll get his 2. And we'll see his cousin Daniel on 3. That's going to be short, and a 2 there. Keith on the tee at 6. And Keith got it. Good putt. All right, let's head back to Head back to 8 now. Chase will miss there, short of the cup. He'll pick up a deuce. All right, let's look at the other member of the World family here on the tee at 8. And Dylan's tee shot, that goes in. Good putt. All right, we go back over to 2. David on the tee. Makes it. Daniel on 4. That goes in. Good putt. All right, let's head to 18. This will be Johnny Brower completing his second round.
Toying around with, I know a few people who like
that it hit the hole on the right side. He'll get his 2. Back over to 2. This is Earl's tee shot. And that does not go. All right, Connor on the tee. And working its way, and it crossed over as well. Let's So he starts the final round even after 2. Got Lynn on the tee at 8, 5. Lynn's crossed over and a tap induce there. And here is JR on the tee. And JR missed there, right side. And heading back to 1, Rick there now begins his final round. Tied to Connor, 6. And Rick makes it there. So has the lead at the moment. Earl taps in his 2 here on 3. And with that said, here's Connor on the tee. And Connor gets his 2. All right, let's see what the Wendy and Johnny did. And we will head back to Rick in a second. Wendy's at 58, so she's in striking distance. She's tied for 3rd at the moment. And we've still got Roger in play. He might turn in a good score. Let's go to 2.
Okay.
Try to get a good shot here at 2 and hole 4 because Connor's about to play that hole. And that should go in. Yes, good putt. Back to 4. Get in for Earl. Oh, it slid past the cup there. All right, and here's Connor on the tee.
Randy was the man at 28. We don't have a
That looks, oh, it sailed right again. Connor's 0 for 4 in that final round. Okay, King Ferguson for a deuce. All right, now we should see Rick on the tee at 3. Oh, good putt from Mike Johnson on 11. And for reward, he'll have honors on 12. Rick on 3. Oh my! Wow! There's some green between the hole and the cup. There, like I said earlier, there's a ridge just a little less than a foot behind the cup there. How it didn't go in. All right, Jason will get his 2. Let's go to 5. He's got to hurry off the back rail. Yep, he's getting another 2. And let's see Danny on 3. That's lining up. It's going to come up short. He's going to get his 2 there, and we'll go to 1 in a moment. Heading over to 6. David's going to get his 2. All right, let's go get 18 right quick. Roger's on the tee. This will complete the 2nd round. I am watching Rick and watching Earl and Connor. Rick just hit 4. That's missing right. Roger, oh, it lipped. I mean, it did a complete 360 here.
Wow.
I think it was like half the ball was in the cup and it rolled out. Earl made 6. Now we see Connor's tee shot. And Connor, now too strong, get down that hill. So he's 0 for 6 in that final round. Jason taps into 2. All right, let's go now to, well, let's go to 17. We can watch, Maddie on the tee, Maddie Miller. She's going to get herself a 2. And here we are on 7. And I'm neglecting, oh, that's why her group's not yet teed off. Here, you know what? Now she is. Wendy on 1. Missing short. So she's going to start with a 2 there. Earl on 7. It looks good. Oh, it was just left. And he's going to putt this for 2. Makes it there, good putt. Now we got Rick on 5. Two under through 4. Make that 3 under through 5. David Gregor's gonna miss it left on 7. It did catch the lip. And we're gonna check out Connor on the tee. Ladies on the tee at 2. And she's putting for 2. And Connor's now going for another deuce. And he will get, oh, look. So he's going for 3 now. Let's go back to 6 now. Rick's tee shot. Going to be left. And it'll remain 3 under through 6 now. So Connor's 1 plus 1 after. Connor's plus 1 through 7. And Earl is 1 under through 7. Randy is even through 2. And we will go to the score sheet while we have a moment. Okay, Roger's at 59. So he'll be 3 off the lead going to the last round. We'll track him as the play resumes here. Jason Miller caught the right lip on 6. Made it there. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Earl. Earl just made 8, so he's 2 under on the round. Head over here to 5. Randy on the tee. So Earl's 2 off the lead behind Rick. And Randy just missed it there short. And let's go to 3. And Randy's going to tap the deuce in. And we go to 8. Connor's tee shot. Got it. So he's back to even for the round. And on to tee 7, good pair. That looks to be good. Hit the right lip. Might have been a bit strong there off that left rail. He's putting for 2. And Earl, I can see on 9 missing left. All right, got the deuce there. Stays at 3 under on the round. Okay, we can go to 9 now. Earl got his deuce, so he's 2 under at the turn. Okay, Jason on the tee. 7, that's going right. He will get a deuce there. And Roger's underway in his final round. Connor on 9, going past. Nope, it's in dead center. Good putt. So he's in. He's in the red. So Connor's made the last 2 now after that 3 on 7. Currently at 91. Rick's at 89. Oh, David got it there. Good putt. Earl is 90. Yeah, Earl is 92, excuse me. All right, so there's your lead at the moment. We will go now to 4. Wendy's tee shot. Misses. So there's a par for Wendy. And to 10. There's Connor. That was not the result he wanted. He missed it left off that angle, so he'll get us 2, keeping him at 91. And we'll go to 8. Danny Jackson with a 2. Nick's on the 2. And that's not going to get there. Just raise the right lip. It's still 3 under now. We go back to 10. And there's Earl on the tee. Left it short. He'll do this too. Here's Wendy. She got a deuce there on 4. Frankie's on the tee here at 3. We'll get a check on Roger in a minute. So these are your. So Earl's got a 2 there on 10. And here is Wendy on 5. And that's going to be a 2 there. So let's head over here to the scores out of the novice division. Okay, it's Richard at 63. Ivy fell back to 68. Kim's about to record the scores here. And David's getting a 2 on 11. I think Connor got a 2 there on that same hole. Earl's on the tee. Earl misses. All right, he stays at 2 under. Frankie's tee shot here on 3. That's going to go in. Nice shot. And we'll see Roger's tee shot. Earl got the deuce on 11, keeping him at 2 under on the round. Roger's going to be short there on 3. And Rick's on the tee at 9. Connor, I just saw, made 12. And Rick's now 3 under still. Okay, that was a good putt. It just missed it right. He's going to get the 2. He's still 3 under on the round. Back to 11. I'm sorry, 12. And we have Earl's tee shot. No, but he should get the 2. All right, let's go over to 6. Josh got his 2. Johnny on the tee. And Johnny missed right.
2 of us in a row.
How we doing here? What's she? Got her 8 there?
No.
8. All right. All right. So we go to 13. And good putt, Connor to 10. All right, Connor is now tied with Rick. And Rick missed it past the cup. And he should get his 2 there. Let's go back over here to 7. Well, Wendy picked up another deuce, it appeared. Look at Randy on 9. And Randy's missed left. He's going to get his 2. Over to 4. Earl made 13, so that puts him at 3 under on the final round. Roger misses, so he's still even after 4. And let's go to 14. Connor pulled it. Not a good putt there. He'll get a 2. It looks like. All right, so he's still 3 under. He's tied with Rick. Let's go to 11. Got Danny for his 2. Makes it there. David misses right on 14, so he'll putt that for 2. Jason Miller on 11. Missed the rail there, so he's putting that for 2. And we got Earl now on 14. Gotta hurry. This is left, and he's gonna putt this for 2 to keep himself 2 under. He'd be at 92, and now Rick on the tee at 11. Right now sitting at 91. I'm sorry, 89. Earl got the deuce there. Off the back rail, and that's a par. And we got Connor strutting his way to 15 with the lead now after that ace. All right, let's, all right, Roger's gonna get his deuce on 5.
Before you leave, make sure you get Lefty out of your car. Just went in.
All right, let's see. Let's check out the scores here. Novices are done. All right, so excuse me, I just checked novices here. So it's Richard at 63 and Ivy at 68. And first few groups in the house here, we got Keith at 87, but that's well out of reach. Well, not by a long shot, but Keith at 87. Got Earl on 15. I'm just going to try to watch. Well, he gets it there, so he's 3 under on the round, and we go now to 12. So Rick's at 89, Connor's at 88, Keith's in the house at 87. And Rick got it. And let's go to 6. I think Connor made 16. Connor plays pretty fast. I can't keep up with him.
Get in.
Roger missed again. We go to 16. I got.
Biggest Frankie star.
We got Earl on the 2. Earl's sitting at 3 under. That's short. And a par for him. We're trying to see Rick on 13. Doesn't get it.
Lefty gonna take off.
All right, he's getting his 2. Look at Earl tapping his deuce. All right. And let's go to 7. And that will come up short for Frankie. Looks like David has honors on 70. Yeah, because Connor apparently missed 16. Connor is 4 under. Rick's 4 under. They're tied for the. Well, they're at 88 each. Keith's at 87. Roger's on the tee here at 7. Roger's yet to convert an ace here in this round. That's not going to be one either. All right, so we go to 14. This is for the lead. After the tie for the lead, he's got it. Good putt. So he should be the clubhouse. He should be the tournament leader after he gets on 15. Too early to mention that. Here it is. Connor's on 17. He missed it there. Danny's going to get his 2. Let's go to 10. I think Wendy is just 1. It's at least 1 under, so she could be at 93. And she misses. All right, so there's a 2. Let's go to 17. Off the angle. That has a shot. Good putt. And it's for 8. Rick made 15, so that puts him at 86. All right, he got his 2. We'll see Roger on the tee. Looks good. There's his first ace of the round. All right, to 18. Earl, this would get him to, I think, 90. All right, he's getting a 2. And here's Rick on 16. I got him at 86. It should be 6 under. That should be, I can't tell with that body. No, he's reaching out, so that's now 7 under, put him at 85, so he's got a 2-stroke lead on Keith. And we go back to 9. Roger's short, that's a 2. So he's at 59, so he's at 94. I think Wendy's 1 under, so she'd be at 93. I don't think she'll have enough holes left. Let's go to 16 again. And, oh, Danny just rattled it in. Back over here to 14. Randy for his 2. Makes it, good putt. On to 17. Rick Bear leading by 2. That looks good. Oh, look. All right, he'll get his 2. How many? All right, that's a 2 for Rick, and now we go to 7. We got Ivy for her 2. Ivy was up 5 back of Richard Garner after the second round. All right, she got the 2. And we'll see Charlotte Sipley on the tee. Nope, that's a 2 there. She's putting this for 2. Now push that one, or pull that one. Alright, and alright, going for 4. Well, let's go to 17. Danny Jackson's putting for a 2 or 3 now. We'll see Jason Miller's 2 shot. Jason is going to roll back down. He'll get a par putt there. And I'll look at Chris McDonald on 16. Got it. All right, he gets the ace there. Now we'll watch Rick on 18. Yeah, be careful where I put. There's Lefty right there. I don't want to trip over him. And Rick's on the tee. Sitting at 85 right now. So he just needs a a 3 to seal the victory. This will be his first win in Asheboro actually this season. No, so he finishes at 85. Should be good enough to win by 2.
Well, me and you played.
And let's go over to 8. We got Ivy on there for a par. Back to 18.
I had an 82. It missed it.
And Jason just caught the lip. That'll be a deuce. Back to 7. Haven't seen this white Kim much tonight. What? Cat alert. I think Kim's putting for 2. Now putting for 3. All right, let's go over to. All right, let's go to 17. Chris McDonald putting for a 2. Sorry. And he got that one. And here's Randy Simpson's tee shot. Oh, straight in? No, it's going to roll back up, though. He's putting this for 2.
Randy.
Okay, let's get Sherry Quillall putting for her 2 here on 7. And, oh, she missed it there. All right, go. Good 2 there. All right, look at Leo on the tee. Well, at least she's in play. Now going for a 2 at the back rail. Ivy getting her 2 putt there on 9. It won't go. Let's make a move up here to hole number 14. We got, this is Josh on the for 2. And we go to Johnny Brower. That's one right, and he'll be going for 2, and we'll make a turn here at the clubhouse. Get all the scores in. We pretty much assumed that Rick has won the Open Division. First time this season here in Asheboro.
Shooting her, sorry.
Excuse me, you good.
Do I get a senior discount on the scores?
What, you want what, 10 strokes off?
No, I'd be happy with 5.
Oh, 5? That, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, you did shoot well, yeah. Rick at 85, Connor finished at 88, and Keith at 87. Chase finished at 88.
Yeah.
So Rick's going to eventually win tonight. By 2 strokes, it appears. And just to check up on the novices, just to let you know, it's Richard Garner at 63, followed by Ivy at 68. All right, we go back out here to the back 9. And we will look at Frankie putting 13 for a, well, he got the ace. Okay, let's look at Roger on the tee. And Roger's leaving that one short. And now we'll go to hole 12. Richard is on the tee. Raced up there, and it went past the other hole. Now he'll putt this for 2. There is a Sharpie line that he can move the ball all the way up there. You see a Sharpie line right there? That's where you can move it. Yeah, right there. This hole is going to have new carpet next week, I'm told by David up top. Oh, no, he's going to get a 3. And let's go to 12, oh, 14. Frankie did not hit a good putt there. He's at the back rail putting for a 2. He's going to wind up getting a 3, it appears, and let's go back to 11. There's Ivy on the tee. That's going to be a 2. And it can go to 17. We got, all right, here's Wendy on the tee. That's going back up the hill, it looks like. No, it rolled back down. And she's got about 6 feet for par. Get in there. Oh, that's a 3.
I had 8 aces my second.
Frankie's struggling on 14. I think this is 5 now.
I had 5 aces on the front. I was 2 under. You saw that ball on 10 bounce out like that?
All right, let's go to 9. Or 10, excuse me. And Kim missed in front of the cup. And we see Roger on 14. And Roger got it, good putt. And we move up to 13. We have Richard Garner's tee shot. And Richard makes it, good putt. Here we see Sherry Coral on 10. Get in for a nice putt. Rarely do you make this putt front door because it tails left down the fairway. And we can look at Maddie Miller on 13 here, and that's going to come out left of the cup. All right, we go to 18. We're going to see
How did you shoot
the last threesome finishing the tournament here. We still got a twosome in the open division on the course. We got Josh McDonald on the tee. That is going to be a 2 there. All right, and then we'll see Johnny Brower's tee shot. Get in!
Get in there, get in there! Shot, Johnny.
I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Too many banks. That looked like Wells Fargo and Truist on that same putt there. You don't know that there are banks here in North Carolina. And Wendy now on the tee. And she's going to get a 2 there. All right, so let's go over to 16. Roger is on the tee. And that's going to be, it was in and it took a sharp right as it got to the hole. Your ball was in front, your ball was right here. Your ball was right here and it went over there. All right, let's look at 14. Nah. Maddie's putting for, well, at 5. And we can look at Charlotte Sipley on 13. That's a deuce there. Frankie on 16. That's in, dead center, good putt. Now we got Richard Garner on 15. No, it hit the dead center part of that ring there, so he's going to tap the 2. And I got now on the tee, this is Cherry Coral on 12. We'll give him 2. Can't watch Frankie on 17. Let's go over here to 14. That looks good. No, too strong, and it caught the left lip. Ivy's going for 2. Frankie's on 17. Nope. That's up the hill. Frankie's putting this for 2. And they're going to have to wait until that group's off 17. Let's go back to 14. Charlotte Sipley's on the tee. And that's left, and she's putting for 2 there. We can look at Kim Miller on 13. That's good. All right, so she gets the ace, and Cherry Coral on the tee. She's gonna miss left. She'll putt this for 2. Okay, we've got a bit of a hold up here because Frankie is still on 17. This is a 2 coming up here. All right, well, oh, that's the only action right here. Oh, good 2. All right, let's check out Roger on the tee. And Roger, that was strong off the angle, but he will get the deuce there. Richard on the tee at 16. That's short, not enough speed. Oh no! That ball was like a foot from the cup. All right, so, and Ivy's going to putt for 2 here on 15. She hit it too firm and it lipped out there. And here's Maddie Miller on 16. And she missed it there. Oh, got a nice carom off that corner there. All right, to 18.
$200 bets on those because I was up about 1500. I catch a pair of
Last night I played Oak. Never played there on that one. Shot it 92. But I felt like, honestly, I felt like I could shoot in the low 80s. I mean, I just didn't know the hole. Shot.
I was hoping to play it yesterday, but instead of sending me to Chapel Hill, I came to Green.
And Frankie just missed left, and he's getting the 2. And Roger on the tee. This will end the night for the Open players. And oh, nice putt there. Bounced in. One hopped off the chute, so we go. So here we go with Richard on 17. Richard was at 63 going to the final round. He's 5 up on Ivy Lanier. Richard's going to go for 2. And that should be makeable. Here's Ivy on 16. And she got that one. Good putt. And Richard got the deuce. And we're going to see Charlotte Sipley on 16.
On the front, I had 5 aces. I was 2 and I had a 4 and 2 3.
All right, she's winning front of the cup. And Maddie Miller getting a deuce putt there. We go to 15. And Kim's going to make the ace. Good putt. Oh, Maddie got the deuce. All right, Charlotte got the deuce. Here's Sherry Crowell on 15. Oh, she ricocheted off the ring here. All right, to 18. I'm not good enough. Richard Garner will finish his tournament with a par. Back over 17. Okay, Ivy's going for 2. Good putt there. And now Charlotte on the tee. And in the water she goes. So there's a pipe there. She could use it to have a suction cup there. There's Kim on 16, going for 2. And that helps get the ball out of the water because the drop area is pretty deep. I'd say it's about 6 inches of water down there. So, and she'll place it in front of the hazard. We've seen that a few times tonight. While she's doing that, let's look at Sherry Crowell playing 16. And she's going to be banking this deuce putt. Yeah, she pushed the deuce. Well, actually, it's for 3, but she's going for 4 now. Sherry's going to get a 3 there on 16. And here's Charlotte for her 4. It's 4. Got it for 4. All right, the next group is going to wait till they finish 18. Ivy's on the tee first. Yeah, that's right. Ivy will not get it. That's a deuce. All right, let's go to 17. Kim's gonna putt that for 2. Charlotte's gonna wind up with a 2. So we got this group left. And that's left, and now she's putting for 3. She got the 3, so Cherries will come up on the tee.
There you go. You can put your cornhole boards out here. There you go, Carl. That's more like it.
We need to have an 18-hole golf cart.
Okay, Cherry's going for 2. All right, that 2 is in, and now to close out our tournament for this evening. And Kim, oh, it hit the front of the cup. It would have went in if not for that. And Sherry Coral to close out tonight's activities. And Sherry will pick up a deuce. That finishes our night. Okay, there's your winner tonight with the score of 85, Rick Baird.
Swallow some of that and go to the
Standing first win this year in Asheboro after all these weeks here.
First win since they started keeping points.
Yes, which was way back in March.
He's just an international superstar.
Yeah. No, you're going to be an international superstar.
Yeah, one day.
Rick is, Mike Johnson is, Burnett is. She's got a couple of goals to her credit, and could you don your Jerry the King Lawler crown again, please?
He doesn't know who that is.
Yeah, well, we'll give him an education on that. He does look like him. I mean, seriously. I mean,
Why are you laughing at me?
Go play with your Barbies.
This. Hey, we're gonna make this viral. We're gonna make this viral, Chase. That's for sure.
You better make a reel out of it.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna make it viral.
I don't care. Have it your way.
Yeah.
So y'all just see. I think it was the crown the last round that really helped me carry to that 28 that last round because I couldn't play worth the crap the first 2 rounds.
So maybe you should wear it every round.
I know.
Maybe you should. Yeah, I like to see that in High Point Thursday.
I'm not gonna be there.
It's not.
Racing.
I know you won't. Yeah.
Racing.
Oh, where's your priorities, kid? All right, let's see. Where can we find Richard? Richard did win by 5 strokes in the novices. Oh, there he is. There's your winner of the novice division. Richard Garner, 97. So he got back-to-back wins. He won at Burlington last night on the B division.
Is he moving up to A now?
Right.
Won so many times at Gaston.
Well, let's look at the final scores.
How many times have you won here? Oh.
All right, so the final scores are Rick Baird with a 2-shot win over Keith Waters, finishing with a score of 85. Keith at 87, coming back from a few strokes back. He finished second, 627 the last game. And a tie for third were Chase Ferguson and Connor Carter at 88. And actually, Randy Simpson came on strong, shoot 88 as well. And here in the novice division, Richard Bonner, a score of 97. He wins by 5 strokes over Ivy Lanier. He shoots 102. Kim Miller at 109 for third. Okay, folks, that will do it tonight from Asheboro. Appreciate everybody watching our tournament tonight. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the videos. I want to get to 1,000 real soon. That way I can start making money here. So until then, keep a check out here on PUTT-PUTT Locals on Facebook. Next tournament will be High Point Thursday night. After that, it is uncertain, but until then, coming to you tonight from Asheboro, I'm Opie Roberts saying thanks for watching, good night, and we will see you Thursday.